Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, it don't work without you guys. So thank you guys for being here as always. So I got finished with my live stream, and I got my hog. I've got a couple of pork butts in there that I've just finished seasoning up that are going to be smoking tomorrow. Got my mustard rub on there. Got got my mustard and then the rub on top of it. It's good to go. It's going to be seasoning up tonight. It's going to be absorbing that flavor. And then for about 16 to 18 hours, it's going to be slow smoking. The real way you treat a hog. You don't dress them up and take them to a football game. No. Well, you take them to a football game so you can have some of those sliders. So, this is kind of sad. I do Facebook. I think I'm running low on gas here. I think this tank's about to go empty, so I probably need to refill the tanks because it's going to be cold on Sunday. Like real football. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be cold. The weather's going to be bad in Washington. So Cowboys, it's going to be kind of like an old-fashioned game. They got real grass there, and it may be wet, and it may be muddy, and it may be cold. It's kind of sad because it's Dallas, Washington week. And for the last 4 years, I've tailgated at that toxic waste dump, FedEx Field. We would greet the team when they came to the hotel. Yeah. I remember in 2016, that first year, Cowboys lost to the Giants to start the Dak Prescott era. And the second week, the Cowboys played Washington. I remember meeting them over at the Marriott. Was it Marriott? It was in Old Town, Alexandria. Or not Old Town, it was in Alexandria. But seeing the team come in with the game face on and everything else, everybody had already written the team off because, they lost to the Giants. Tony Romo was gone. Your quarterback was a fourth-round drafted quarterback, and there was little hope. Zeke Elliott, as a first game, didn't do a whole lot, and the team just looked bad. But it was great seeing our team. Last year, every year the tailgate grew. Last year with Cowboys experience, man, we had Tattoo Mark, we had Lincoln Coleman, we had Sergeant Cowboy, and we had about 400 fans there. I dreamed of doing one even bigger this year. Thought I was going to go out and buy more stuff, get another deep fryer to go in there and things. Maybe have to get another griddle because we had so many great fans there. I met PC76 because he came down from Pennsylvania and helped save my ass because we had a lot of people to take care of. And here it is this year, the age of COVID. Can't go to the game. Can't tailgate at the game. Can't have a big group of people together. And I had almost forgotten about that because, you were kind of knee deep in 2020, and you're not thinking about stuff that happened in the past. You're just kind of dealing with the situation that it is now. Just trying to get through this year. It seems like everything from the Super Bowl beyond just seemed like a lifetime ago. And I'd forgotten about, getting ready for the tailgate and stuff. And Facebook. I'm what I call a Facebook hit and runner. I post and I kind of run because I don't have time to really go through all the feeds and stuff. And I wish I did have more time, but, keeping up with the YouTube and, getting the stuff on Vimeo and now with the Twitter and then the podcast, you can't do all of them really, really well. So my stuff gets shared to Facebook and things, and I go in and I post and stuff and I look at a few things and I run. And of course, Facebook, trying to keep the numbers and stuff going, they go ahead and say, flashbacks. So it's flashback to tailgate 2 years ago. The last time the Washington football team won. But it wasn't about the game. It was actually being around all the great fans. That we're all there together and snapped a picture, boom. And more than anything else, that's what I really miss. is having the get-togethers with all the fans, meeting them, hearing everybody's story, hanging out, hoping that our team gets a win, and the feeling of when you win and feeling when you lose and all that, and sharing it with others. More than anything else, that's what this year has really taken away from us. And now that's sunk in, so now it's kind of depressing. But if there's any bright side, physically can't be around people like we used to. But what we did last night with that live stream, shout out to E2 being over here as well, but connecting with all you guys, and we're watching Philly 500, we're watching Copizzle, and listening to those two guys. Come Sunday, I'll have Burgundy and Gold here, so we'll be able to trash talk at least between the two of us, socially distanced, and watch our teams win or lose. These are hard times for our team. I'm not going to lie. This stuff is crazy, and it seems like excuse me. My voice is still hoarse from last night. But it's beginning to feel like we're on a Jerry Springer show here, where everybody is kind of pointing the fingers and blaming everybody else. You got anonymous players that are saying, coaches aren't teaching and they don't know what they're doing and things, right? You got that dynamic. You got the coach saying, we're going to simplify things, but it's really not that difficult. It's literally what high school teams run as well. You've got now the owner saying that he didn't force Kellen Moore onto Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy saying, no, it was my idea. I presented that as the package of what I wanted to do to Jerry Jones. And then you got the players, some of which are saying that all this stuff should be in-house and that they're a rat and this, that, and the other. So it's just like, wow. Wow. And somehow all this has transpired in 6 weeks, where we at first thought that this was a good team that was well built, with now a great mind and coaching staff that was going to elevate them. And now it's kind of like everybody's burying everybody. I don't know. Doomsday defense. I don't know where that went. But I tell you what, I understand now, there's always three sides to every disagreement. There's your side, there's my side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. We don't ever say anything about ourselves that puts us in bad light. We may not tell the full story. And likewise with your side of the story. And so they need to get together and get this thing figured out. Because I'm sure the changes that Mike Nolan is doing may not fit all the personnel that he has and hasn't had enough time to coach it. And I'm sure some of the players out there don't fit the scheme and don't want to do something different than what they've done before. And the problems there may not be as big. It may just be communication. It's not a matter, I can see why Mike Nolan was so flustered seeing that 60-yard run by the Cardinals. Because I looked at that play on the live stream, and it's like everything in there was wrong. It wasn't just the scheme. It was the players were all, in the same spot. They didn't cover the gaps like they're supposed to cover. And you're looking at the defensive linemen that, when you take on a double team, you got to drop and get low to the ground. You can't be up high thinking you can take on two guys. And the other linemen, we used to call them titty games. That's when you get up real high and excuse my language, but you can't fight as a defensive lineman and hold ground if you're up here like this. You got to get into the body. You got to be the lower man. And I'm just looking across the board, and it's not the scheme. That's fundamentals and basic football. I don't know if the players just gave up and said the game's over, all right, let's just get this thing done and get out of here. But yeah, it's done. Fire's going. It's telling me, turn out the lights. This party's over. So we need to, I knew it was getting low. Just get the stuff together, man. I know my team is better than what they've shown thus far. And no better time than against the Washington nameless team to do that. And I hope having a Skins fan at my house that I ain't gonna get embarrassed at my own place. Whew. Well, when I turn out the light, it's gonna get dark. Well, I'm gonna turn out the lights so it'll get dark. But I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you in the morning. Peace.